What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and this is Regular Guy Training. Today, we have the Barrett REC7 in its direct impingement configuration. What most people really remember about the Barrett REC7 is a short stroke piston gun, and that really is what Barrett was able to, air quotes, popularize as far as their ARs are concerned. But nobody really paid much attention to them for one reason or another. Point is, though, is that this is the Barrett REC7 in its direct impingement configuration. So here's the thing about this guy. There's actually a little bit of a story that goes with it. This actually did get sent back to Barrett. I'm going to just go ahead and say that right now. Because when we first got it, we noticed, the muzzle device that it came with was a short dual-port brake. Anybody that's used those on rifles before already knows that's pretty awful. So it's not my personal preference on that. I'm not sure, because we've had this for like 2 years. I'm not sure if we installed this or if my friend Tyler installed this, because this is his rifle, and he's been very patient with us. But we ended up going with a PWS FSC 556, and that made most things better as far as impulse, because it was pretty jabby before. But it smoothed a bunch of stuff out, put the impulse straight to the rear. But then there was another problem. We noticed that it was very, very overgassed, especially for a mid-length gas system rifle on a 16-inch barrel. But we just kind of ignored it. We're just kind of sitting there like, okay, well, maybe it follows like HK 416 format, and then it's just super overgassed. And then it keyholed. Not much longer after the first 1,000 rounds, not 5,000, but after the first 1,000 rounds, we noticed it started keyholing. So, I let him know, be like, hey, this shouldn't happen. He calls up Barrett about it, and they immediately say, whoa, okay, that's fucked, send it to us. And to Barrett's credit, they basically just kind of admitted, hey, rifles get made on Monday and Friday, we'll fix this, we'll get it back to you as fast as possible. And then they did. So this returned back to him as quickly as possible. He loaned it back out to me, and straight away we continued testing it. The only time that we cleaned this was for the trip back to Barrett. Immediately following that was a touch under 7,000 rounds. No cleaning. All we did was relubricate it and that kind of stuff. And here's the thing. It actually had a chance to sit and do nothing for a lot of the 2 years that I've had it. Various things just keeping me from shooting ARs in one format or another. So, Tyler's been very, very patient with us. I mean, he's an AK guy and he kind of doesn't care. But, this guy, since it got back, the biggest compliment I can really give it is that it's been boring. Like, boring as hell. This thing hasn't given us any problems. It ejects where it should between steel-cased ammo and brass-cased ammo. It's accurate. As accurate as it absolutely should be. Far as parts wear and everything else, we've noticed really nothing of any real note. If anything shows up, because I'm going to clean this thing, I'll add an addendum to this. But, I mean, just looking at it, I don't see any big issues. I don't see any burrs or nothing like that. So the system isn't eating itself, and that's important. But here's the thing, too. A couple of unique characteristics about it. Number one, it came straight out the factory with an ALG ACT. I believe that's what that's called. It's their mill weight trigger that's polished. It also comes with a nickel boron bolt and carrier, which you kind of can't tell right now because we actually shoot the guns that we test here versus firing a couple hundred rounds and calling it good. We actually shoot the guns here to see if there's any problems with them because, I'm not going to recommend something that I haven't thoroughly tested. And even still, there's stuff I've recommended in the past that I've pulled videos down on before because more stuff would come out or you'd have quality control issues after I would post that video. That's just how that goes. Point is, though, is that it's been not noteworthy at all. It's just shot, which is great. So that is what it is. Other unique characteristics. It's a little on the stout side. I believe it's just rail more than anything else. And normally I'm not the one that tries to gram weenie about certain things where like, yep, this is 2 bologna sandwich slices too heavy. I'm going to go with something else, probably cheaper and crappily made. But that said, you do notice Now, granted, yeah, there's a bunch of crap on here, but even before the light, the D-ball, and the Aimpoint Comp M4, we noticed that it was a little more stout compared to a couple other rifles of similar configurations. Now, I mean, clearly Barrett isn't known for the lightest crap on the planet. They're noted for stout rifles that are tough as nails, and this basically does fit that format. No issues, no hiccuping, that kind of stuff. Fun fact, though, when you get around the 8,000 round mark and you're using steel-cased ammo, you might want to clean out that barrel extension a little bit. You start getting stuck cases, whether or not you got a bore bathing thing going on. There's just too much crap in there. I got a couple of those. The last one that I had actually was from the vehicle class that we taught last weekend. As you can see, a bunch of cars that have all kinds of holes and shit in them. Point is, though, is that it's very not noteworthy, and I'm going to say that again. It is just straight up done its job, you know. Far as price point and that kind of stuff, Barrett isn't trying to make you pay like the premiumest of premiums. It's pretty much on par. You know, you try to buy like a BCM or something similar to it, and this is pretty much right there. And at this point, because the DI guns exist, to me, there's no real reason whatsoever to go their external piston guns, simply by merit of parts compatibility and the fact that this thing will go 8,000 rounds with, well, a touch under 7,000 rounds without any cleaning whatsoever and continue to work. So, I mean, not much more than I can really say, honestly. So, pretty cut and dry, it works. Now, if you guys want to come out and train with us, you absolutely can. We got a bunch of classes that we're getting ready to do. We're going to Georgia. We're going to Florida. We're coming back here. You know, a bunch of other little places. And I'm getting ready to settle a couple of things as far as just different locations that I'm getting ready to go to. Still waiting on a military schedule and that kind of stuff. When I have it, you guys will have it. So if you want to do that, great. If you want to check us out on Patreon and support us, you absolutely can. And if you want to get something out of it, meaning if you want to pay $41 a month, because we have that tier in there, you can train with us as much as you want without having to pay an additional class tuition fee. The only exception to that really is vehicle classes, and that's mostly just because of logistics for us. Other than that, you can train with us as much as you want to, so long as you're signed up on that $41 a month tier. And from there, once you're on that, if you want to get on a class, all you really got to do at that point is send me an email, be like, I want to go to this class, and if there's a slot open, I will slot you. It's that easy. We're also on Facebook if you want to check that out. Link in the description below. And really, that's it, guys. It's a solid rifle, even if a little stout. So, pretty simple. But, that said, guys, remember, regular guy's firearm is the last defense against tyranny. Be easy.